I I want to ask, there is I'll call it a resounding cry from people now who seem to be becoming more internalized and are seeking a more social accessibility at this point in an environment where it's very um, disapproved of at the moment. Um, with the presence of our virus and safety measures that we're trying to take in consideration of each other. Do you have any suggestions of how, not just how we can get more or find more available satisfaction from being in the presence of other people when we're not physically in those presence, because there is an energy exchange that happens there, that's more palpable, of course. And what can people like myself and many who attend your channels, what can we do to promote opportunities for people what can we suggest to people about how to gain this sense of self in the presence of others again? Is that a good way to put it?
Wouldn't it be wonderful if everyone trusted themselves and trusted their bodies? And wouldn't it be wonderful if everyone were in harmony with the energy that is their existence? And so the question that you're asking is, how can you be of assistance since the world is not this way? How can each be more of assistance to those in light of the current events? And your superpower is the energy of unconditional love that fuels your reality, yours individually, particularly. It is your superpower. It is your cape with the S on it. Except I think it should have an L on it instead, yes? And you can transmit this energy to anywhere, to anyone, and you can share this energy with others. If you observe chaos, you can share the energy of unconditional love to bring more peace. If you see hatred and anger, you can telepathically share your energy of unconditional love by transmitting the thoughts that will communicate it to them specifically if you are wanting to assist specific people. Imagine then what would happen if many, many people were doing this as a form of assistance to those who, by virtue of their own belief systems, are experiencing chaos and anger. You see?
Yes.
Imagine if 10 of you, 100 of you, 1,000 of you aimed your energy, your love, which is limitless, at those that you wish to assist, to bring peace where you see chaos, to bring love where you see rage, to bring compassion, kindness, and understanding where you see resistance. You see? For each one of you has that ability, and energy moves. And each of you has the power to move it where you want to move it. It is an unlimited power source that each one of you has access to.
So it is literally our superpower to hold the vibration.
To send love.
Yeah.
It is the most natural thing for each one of you to do, is to take a moment and use the power in your present moment by utilizing the focus of your will to intentionally send love to another is probably one of the most natural things that you can do. It is effortless. It is instinctively second nature for each one of you. That's why it is your superpower.
I guess when I consider that, that's much greater than the expectation of what I was looking for. I think I struggle with words when I know that really no matter what words come out
The simplest words can serve you the best. When you are wishing to bring the benefits of unconditional love to another, you can simply focus on them and say, I love you. You are not alone. All is well. Everything will work out. You are powerful. We are together. Those are very simple words, yes?
Yes.
And yet they convey. You do not need to be a wordsmith to send love to each other. Again, it is the most natural thing for each one of you to do. It is the most natural thing for each one of you to do in a very simple way. You did not need a lot of complicated words or a certain process. Just, I love you. I am here. I wish only well for you. There is wellness inside of you, and I recognize it because it's inside of me. And I'm going to remind you of it by sharing some with you today. Just, I love you. Would it not be wonderful if most of you practiced saying you loved each other more often than not? I love you. Some are uncomfortable with the word love. They'll say, I appreciate you, which is nice, but why not? I love you. You see? Isn't that simpler?
The
I'm glad
simplicity
for
is beautiful.
the things you do. That's very nice, but how about I just love you? Yes?
Yes.
There is nothing wrong with your words then. You see, your words are perfectly fine and your intentions are good. And you harness the energy of all that is within yourself. And you may share it with as many as you wish. You can project it out to millions if you wish, or one, or 1,000. Anywhere you wish, your energy will move. It moves anywhere. It is the beauty of you being energy and everything being energy. You understand?
Yes. It's much more significant than I sometimes hold in my
It is the
understanding.
most significant thing that one human can say to another. I love you, and mean that in the best possible way. I love you. And people think it is such an intimate word that it can only be said to people that you know, family or friends. No, they can be said to what people think of as strangers, but they have learned to be guarded, you see. Here come the false beliefs to protect themselves. And with the most powerful energy in all of the known universes, which is unconditional love, what for do you need protection from? I love you. So simple. 3 words. Most powerful 3 words that can ever be uttered or thought. And those words can change your vibration immediately. So you see, in the offering and the giving of assistance to others, how much you did for yourself, which is why the affirming of your own nature is important. To tell yourself that, love myself. I love that I exist. I love my life. All of it has been wonderful. It's so good. No matter what has happened, everything has always turned out wonderfully for myself. I love that when I didn't even know what I was doing, it was good. I'm so good at this. You see, the affirmation is what brings the trust. And so when you give it to another, you literally are the most powerful being on the planet. And it is the simplest thing for you to do. It is the most natural thing for you to do. I love you. Just feels so good to hear it, does it not?
It's incredibly centering.
Yes, as that energy always does, which is why the energy of unconditional love is not associated with chaos or anger or fear or confusion. It is a grounding energy that grounds you all. If you would like to be assistive with the events going on in your world, send love. Send the energy that you wield to others. You will find it easy to do.
That's yes, that is much more easy to do than what I was imagining.
It is very simple. It is very natural for you to do that, which is why you laugh. I love you. It cannot be said enough. I love you. You can say it to a stranger that you don't even know, and it feels good to you and it feels good to them. I love you. Should be the theme of the day. I love you. Would it be good to make cards that just say, I love you? And when you go to the store, as you're taking your product that you desired off of the shelf, you can put it down with the card. You could leave it there. I love you. For the next person who wants to get ketchup.
I
Wouldn't
love
that be
that.
fun?
I love that.
When you go to the store to buy a shirt, you go to the store to buy a shirt. Leave a card that says, I love you, for the next person that wanted that clothing. When you go to look for a car, if you're in the lot, put a card, I love you, on the windshield. They will take it off, but you understand the intention. Wherever you go, even if there are no people around you, leave it. The words, I love you, there. This way, you can send love to the agnostics, the atheists, the Muslims. It does not matter. Blacks, Hispanics, Asians, whites, just I love you. It just goes to anybody and everybody, you see.
Yeah. The other day I had an experience at an intersection. Someone asked me for money for bus fare, and they were expressing that they had served in a war, and as though I needed a
As
substantive
though
reason.
they
Yeah,
needed a justification for asking.
exactly. And I said, we're all people. And I gave him $2 for his bus fare. And I said, I love you. And his face changed.